I was thinking about, good morning, if I had not said that yet. I was thinking about being a positive force in the lives of others. There was a point in my life where I had a very good friend, and I cannot remember what brought this about. I think I was listening to him talk about a conversation he had had with another friend. And this other friend had either made a joke or there was some biting sarcasm of some sort in the exchange. And I thought to myself, why be like that? Why not be a positive force? Why not be a completely positive force? And so I decided with this friend that going forward from that time, I would only be positive. When he told me things, I would react positively. When he shared triumphs or even tragedies, I would approach it all with a positive bent. That is not to say to gloss over when things actually were tragic and to not be present and there for him, but in a larger picture, to simply be positive. And I'd noticed through interactions, my own interactions and watching other people interact, that there can often be a sort of biting jocularity, a camaraderie, but it's also biting and involves perhaps a slight bit of undercutting in some of the exchange. And I think many people would just view that as play and just view that as fun discourse and harmless. And I do not know necessarily that I can disagree with that, although I suppose I do, but ultimately the question for me is, even if it is fun and harmless and all of those things, regular play, why? Why be that way if you don't have to? Especially if you could be purely positive, although no one can be purely anything, but that aside, why not just be a positive force in someone's life? And I found it incredibly rewarding to do so. And then I actually did the same thing with another friend of mine. And I remember once when I was not positive, and I made a joke about an issue that she had overlooked, and I just remember thinking about it afterwards, and it was I don't even think that she noticed, but for me, it felt wrong. And I think partially because I had decided not to do such a thing, and partially because after having not done those things, once I had done it, I really felt the taste of it in my mouth. And it did not taste good. And so going forward, I continued to be positive with her as well, which then leads to the larger question, why not be positive with everyone? And so that was something I started striving towards. I most certainly did not attain it, but it was a goal worth reaching to, and something for you to mull over, I suppose. But with that, I hope that you go forth with goodness. I hope that someone is positive towards you today. I hope that you view your life positively and that you see that the glass is half full. And if you do not see that, at least see that it is however you describe it as. The control is yours. So, adieu. Again, Winnie-the-Pooh, House at Pooh Corner, and the work of Clarice Jensen.